We had Fallout Day take place earlier this week, and we got a heck of a lot of Fallout-related news, including this from the old shyster himself. Todd Howard says more Fallout games are in the works. We are working on even more, and we are looking forward to the day when we can share that with everyone. Yeah, of course you are. Whatever, man. You're just focusing on that trash show that's about to come out. Oh my god. How long is it going to take before everybody turns on Season 2 going, wow, this is like really stupid and doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense, and actually Season 1 wasn't as great as you remember. It's like, oh no, or there were people that were, aware of that slop at the time and were calling it out for what garbage it is. But hey man, don't worry about it. Kind of like the same trajectory the quote-unquote the Bethesda Fallout games ended up faring in due time. It's like, oh my god, Fallout 3 is a transcendent experience, and then when it's all said and done, yeah, it kind of fails in comparison to the OG Interplay ones from back in the 90s. And so in regards to quote-unquote more Fallout games in the works, I mean, I think something else that ended up getting announced here in the past couple of days is that Fallout 4 is going to be coming to Switch, or it's going to be getting a new content update. I think it's 76 is supposed to be coming out on the Switch, but then that ended up getting delayed. It's like, oh my god, you just keep on, hey, as a Bethesda staple, you just keep on repackaging all of the old shit while key jangling the new disappointments for a later date. How's Elder Scrolls 6 working out? Fantastic. But there is something that is on the horizon, and it is tangible, and it's a perfect encapsulation, and it's a perfect representation of what Bethesda and Xbox is all about. Here's the 15 years of Mojave madness. Say howdy to the Fallout New Vegas 15th anniversary bundle, including the PC Collector's Big Box, a statue for everyone's favorite cowboy Securitron, and more. Oh man, that's fantastic. That's awesome. I don't know if there's other versions. I would imagine there likely is. But you got the PC one that's out here right now, and well, we can zoom in on this bad boy right here. So yeah, you got the Victor statue. That's pretty cool. That looks like of pretty decent quality. I hope it's a little bit better than the Fallout 76 bag that you were promised. Oh my god, that's some old lore. We won't dredge that up any way more than you need to. Then you got evaluation cards, you got a Mojave Express patch, you got the NCR Recon patch, you got a Vault Boy pin. Oh my god, I'm so glad that they've never done anything like that before. And then in regards to, well, I don't know, man, you're making a Fallout New Vegas anniversary bundle, you would hope you'd get the game, and this time around, hey, you actually do, because you get Fallout New Vegas Ultimate Edition PC version and a collector's big box. Okay, cool, that's kind of neat, but new content, an update, like a 4K texture pack. No, it's the same shit that you could have bought 15 years ago. Well, I guess a little bit newer than that with all of the DLC that's included, because that's the Ultimate Edition. And yeah, you have the ability to buy that for like $100 and some odd. Oh, I'm sorry, $155, by the way. Meanwhile, you can hop on over to Steam and at any given point in time, yeah, pay like $5 for the exact same shit that you're about to slap an additional 150 down for. But hey, at least, you can sit satisfied knowing that you got a big PC box and then you got a Victor statue. Jesus Christ. It's shit like this, and it's trash releases like Starfield. Remember that came out a couple of years ago? Yeah, that's right. Nobody does. That has led to Xbox be a laughingstock in the entire gaming industry. And I've made a couple of videos recently. I know, right? Big shock on this, about how Microsoft kind of hates Xbox and pretty much wants to move on from gaming. And here's another and probably the most blatant example. Microsoft pushes Xbox division to hit higher profit margins. It's like, okay, cool, you always want to make more money with the stuff that you're doing. I understand having ambitions and goals, but management's goals of a 30% profit margins, I beg your pardon, a fucking dude, okay, for gaming has led to job losses and canceled projects. Yeah, Microsoft wants to kill Xbox, okay? So yeah, man, let's just read the cliff notes on this one. Microsoft Corp is asking its Xbox gaming division to produce profit margins of 30% accountability margins, a term the company uses in lieu of profit margins. Okay, yeah, so they're interchangeable on this. Fantastic. The gaming division has responded to the new goal by canceling projects, raising prices, and slashing thousands of jobs, according to people familiar with the business. And the new target was implemented by Microsoft Chief Financial Officer Amy Hood. And has impacted strategies under a Microsoft gaming chief, Phil Spencer, with games that are cheap to make or likely to generate significant revenue and taking priority over riskier bets. So yeah, guess what? More hack repackaging, more hack remakes and remaster, fewer chances, less innovation, more of the same old derivative slop. And that is, of course, underscored by the Xbox boss herself. Exclusive games are antiquated. Fuck it. Okay. Xbox president says, because everyone's going to go play Call of Duty, Minecraft, Roblox, and Fortnite anyways. It's like, why should we bother innovating? Why should we bother having exclusive games or reasons for people to pick up our vastly overpriced hardware? Because everybody's just going to go do what they're going to do anyways. Holy, what a defeatist attitude. That's actually what's really driving community in gaming. Yeah, and once again, if you're focusing on profits as heavily as Microsoft is, which again, it's not, the end of the world. But then again, if you're focused on community as a reason to be in the gaming industry, yeah, you just explained to me the reason why you shouldn't be in the gaming industry. But Xbox has spent the past few years bringing its games to other platforms, which, yeah, when it's all said and done, it's like, I'm not exactly the biggest fan of exclusives. And the fact that you're releasing more things in more places totally makes sense. But as a business decision, it's another one of those things where it's like, I understand, Nintendo holding a license over everything that they do and trying to keep exclusive to their own systems. But if I could fire up Steam and pick up a copy of, I don't know, man, Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild and mod it to my heart's content, that would be fun as hell. And I know you can do that on some other platforms, quote unquote, but if there were means to do it with ease of access, I would probably partake. If I could have somebody have a, real-time Mario Maker for Mario Odyssey, that would be amazing. That could be a lot of fun. But that's not the case. That doesn't exist because Nintendo knows their market. They know that they have a vast swath of fans that will continue to ostensibly buy the same game over and over again. But hey, this one has a different title. That means that it's a different game. Sure thing. But yes, for Xbox president Sarah Bond, interesting, you just had Amy Hood and I have Sarah Bond. I see a through line here. However, the idea of exclusives is looking downright antiquated as the biggest games in the world are increasingly looking like platforms in their own right. Asked about exclusive games in an interview with Mashable, Bond says, we're really seeing people evolve way past that. The biggest games in the world are available everywhere. You look at Call of Duty, you look at Minecraft, you look at Fortnite, you look at Roblox. You probably shouldn't look at Roblox right now. They kind of have their own problems. That's actually what's really driving community in gaming. And that's where people gather and they have experiences, and the idea of locking into one store or one device is antiquated for most people. And you want to be able to play with your friends anywhere regardless of what they're on. And I agree with that, and having crossplay is fantastic. And as an old school gamer on this one, it seems absolutely insane that, yeah, I could fire up one of these multi-plat games and be playing on a theoretically be playing on a PlayStation against somebody on a PC, or somebody on a Switch against somebody on a, well, nobody's buying the Ally X, especially at that price point. Holy shit. But yeah, theoretically all of that shit could happen, and that's amazing. But still, if you're offering those same experiences to your community and there's no reason to pick up a game on a very, 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 very overpriced piece of hardware, nobody's going to buy that. They're just going to go to the lowest common denominator that affords them the most options for them. And guess what? At this point in time, why would that be Xbox? It's easy to read a bit of defensiveness into what Bond's saying here as Xbox continues to not produce exclusive games, and the games that they do come out that are first party kind of fucking stink. But yes, she's simply really just reiterating the company's long stated strategy. Xbox is increasingly positioning itself of less of a platform to play games on and more of a service to play games through. Exclusives don't really help the argument in that case. Yeah, exactly. Hey, just sign up for our Netflix for gaming to play all of the games that you're already playing to begin with, but now you can buy them back for a monthly fee. Okay. And yes, in 2025, it's games like Fortnite, COD, Roblox, yes, and Minecraft that are driving the industry, and the stats on these titles are actually playing. Yes, every month will back that up. You and I, people reading and writing for traditional gaming media outlets, respectively, yes, still might prefer the old school games as a product, or, yes, games as art approach, but those games are small potatoes compared to the live service whales. Yeah, exactly. That's why if you take a look at any sales chart for the end of the year stuff, it's a lot of sports games. It's Call of Duty. It's Minecraft. It's like, okay, cool. That's why we have such stagnation in this industry, because of anybody trying to, actually change the culture, actually do something worthwhile. It's just easier to continue to play into trends. which is why Xbox wants to become a service. They want to get out of the gaming industry because, as is categorized here, okay, I'm convinced that Microsoft hates Xbox, and I think Xbox kind of hates itself because today, yes, dev kits. I had an article for this pulled up, but this just really, drives the point home. Going up from $1,500 to $2,000 for developers. That is probably the most blatant example that, yeah, Xbox doesn't want to make hardware anymore because you're charging the people that you want to work and put a game on your platform, that you want to be a part of this multi-platform ecosystem. You're charging them $500 more for a dev kit. Back when those things used to just get sent out to any studio who wanted one. Xbox console prices, yes, went up twice this year. Game Pass went up 50%, and that's still not looking good for them, okay? It doesn't look like people are just following along because it's such a great value for gamers. Well, not at that price anymore. They went fully third party. Yes, because this is an Xbox. That is an Xbox. This is an Xbox. This is an Xbox. Shut up. Yeah, and don't care about exclusives. They tried to raise prices $70 to $80 on their games, but then they're like, nah, it's actually not working, huh? We'll just stay at $70 for now. And Xbox sales are extremely down. Yeah, and the hardware, the games themselves, because, hey, your microwave can be an Xbox. This is not good. What's going on? Well, I think in this very instance, the medium is in fact the message. Xbox is not long for this world. They will not be around as a hardware seller by 2030, and hell, if they continue on this trajectory, they won't even exist as a brand, perhaps even before that. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.